Hey everybody, what is going on? And welcome back to another episode of Factorio. Last time that we played, we got all of the coal, iron, and copper ores being converted into plates. And tonight, the goal is to get at least red science automatically being
Hey everybody,
constructed.
what is going
Oh
on?
no, there we go. Alright, so let's go back and let's load our last game. That was, I believe it was this one, Goodlywell. Yeah, let's go ahead and load that. So, here we are back in our world. We've got our science facility doing absolutely nothing. Great. We've got no power at our copper ore plants. Also great. Everything is as it should be, obviously, and we have lots of iron getting constructed, so that's good at least. I have a bunch of iron in my inventory. Why? Nobody knows. Iron is not being grabbed here. Why? Nobody. Actually, I know. It's because of this. See? Look at that. First thing of the day is to get things fixed. Is that working? Good. So, let's head on over. I think the first thing that we need to do is get our copper working again because what a disaster right now. There is no copper at all going in. And do we have enough power for it? According to our grid, yeah, tons of power. And we're going to need to get this going underneath of our current our coal plant, and this is going to have to get moved because it's going to be in the way. This chest, if you haven't been here before, is my chest of garbage. It's where I keep my burners and my wood and one copper. Why do I have one copper in my inventory? Can't put it here. Anyway, let's get this going again. So we're going to send our copper going this way. We're going to go all the way down. If you are new to the stream, the way that I'm building this whole facility is going to be very resource intensive. Everything is going to have its own production line, and that means that it's going to take a ton of iron in order to get everything spread out and placed correctly. The spacing that we have between these two lines right here is about right for what I want to have between every source line for all the things that I produce. This will give me plenty of room to place underground conveyors, buildings if I need to. Hopefully I don't need to. That sounds terrible. But hey, it's available to us if we need to. So let's get some more conveyors built. Got enough for quite a bit. While those are building, we might as well save the game. There we go. We might as well get some power going to our drills here. That'll at least get us making copper again. And as we can see, 2 miners is enough for at least 4 furnaces. So how many furnaces do I have on me? 2. That's not going to be enough. I want to get 2 more. I have the materials for plenty of them. And I also have a burner mining drill on me, which is useless. So let's get rid of that. Into the garbage box. Later on, I'm going to shoot this box until it's dead. That's, as far as I know, that's the only way to actually get rid of things in this game. And unfortunately, burner miner drills are not useful in the late game. I mean, once you have electric drills, the burner miners are pretty much useless. So, anyway, if we're going to have our our coal, going down to our copper lines, we're also going to need to split this. This is going to need some work in general because I doubt that I need an entire. Well, I'll probably need a standalone miner for the boilers eventually. Right now, it's clearly producing more than is needed. And I also want to get this to use 2 lines. There's no point in this using a single line. So the 2 lines can be done with a splitter. Do I have one? I don't. Let's make one now. The splitter, I can put that down here early. And the splitter is kind of only temporary since later on we'll have enough coal facilities that they'll be on both lines regardless. And then we just feed it in like that. And there we go. 2 lines of coal. The reason we want that is I need another splitter And the second splitter is going to be creating a new line for us. It's going to head down to our copper production facility. Copper being relatively important. Not as important, I think, as iron is throughout the entire game. So I'd say let's split that. Oh boy, where should we split that? Should I split it here? Should I just use this splitter? I could. I could just turn it like that. Yeah, let's give it a try. Let's go underneath. Yeah, we'll go underneath. And what we'll do is we'll make this new line that is being created here into our primary coal line, because I know we're going to need coal to be used for other things later. It's not as popular as, say, iron ore or iron plates, but it's still necessary. We'll just get this going down here as well. Next, we have our furnaces. We don't have the arms that we need to feed them. Let's make those. How many inserters do we have? Not any. So we'll make some of those as well. I'm very glad that I noticed that now rather than waiting till later, which would have been really annoying. So we've got these facilities here. I'm going to leave a little bit of space between our iron producing facilities and our copper producing facilities, because later on we're going to be able to make electric furnaces, which I can't even show you here because the science hasn't been researched yet. But the electric furnaces take up a little bit more space, and we might as well just prepare for that now. So I'm going to head this down. We're going to need more tracks, which means we need more iron. This is exactly what I meant by saying that it takes a lot of iron to run this game, to run this format of the base that I'm making. So more tracks, more tracks, more tracks. There we go. Now the other thing, well, I'm not going to split this line. Normally what I would do is for any supply line like this one is, whenever I had something that needed iron plates, I would use one of these splitters. I would split it off. I would keep the iron plate going that way, and I would run down in order to supply whatever it is that I'm building. I'm not going to do that with the copper ore. There's only one thing that you need copper ore for in this game, really, and that's making copper plates. It's a little bit different for iron ore. Iron ore can be used for making concrete, but copper ore, nah. It's a one-trick pony, I guess you could say. So we're going to send this down. We're going to preemptively create an underground belt, because this line is going to be heading further east. And once this is placed, then we can get started on our copper production facility. There we go. Let's drop that down one. Okay. We're also going to need another underground belt to supply the coal. Where is it? There it is. We'll just put that right next to it. And here is our copper supply. There's the coal. Let's put the coal down there, and now we can get building on the actual production facilities. Now, I know that the copper supply line is going to need to be about 3 or 4 spaces below the iron one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's make it 5. So this is where my copper plate supply line is going to be. I'm just going to put a little marker there. In fact, let's just run that out like that. We're going to have our copper facilities on both sides. And let's put down some burners. We need 1 there, 1 there, 2 there, 3, 4, 3 or 4, you know, whatever this quantity is, these things here, 3 or 4. Some of us aren't as good at the math side of things, but that's fine. That's fine. I'm going to feed in the copper, feed in the iron, and then lastly, we're going to feed in the iron and feed in the copper. There we go. And look at that. We have already made a mistake. That mistake being that I need to power this, and I need the power lines to be here, and I don't want to move these tracks. So now I have to move all of it. That is You see, boys and girls, that is the price that you pay for not thinking ahead. I thought that I was doing well, but indeed I was placing everything wrong. There we go. Let's pick that back up. All right, now let's leave a space for power this time. Jeez. Space for our inserters. Actually insert things. I like to stagger my long inserters, even though it doesn't really matter in this game. They reach over each other, but I like to stagger them because of my brain requires me to do that. Don't judge my brain. Well, I guess actually you should judge my brain. Right now it's being judged as poor. Either way, we've got our power. We're going to feed these back up like that. I'm going to feed these up like that, and I'm going to insert our finished coal product. And of course, we need to go underneath of our copper and coal supply line, so yet another underground track. Just one of the very many that we're going to end up building. I'm going to put that there and there. And then lastly, let's actually store the results of our labor, the fruits of our labor, with a couple more inserters. We're going to just put those right there for now. These chests are going to come in handy later if we ever are running low on iron or something like that. We can source the iron from these chests. And there we go. We have iron being produced now pretty quickly, actually. Quickly enough that, well, that's probably fast enough for all the building that we're going to be doing. And it looks like the copper plants are holding up just fine. I'm actually going to move this to the other side. There's something they have to be using both sides. If they can use both sides, they need to use both sides. I cannot allow them to do otherwise. So I'm going to put that there, and we'll power it just like that. And now we have our copper using both sides of the track. And that will fill up this entire track nicely. I'm kind of getting the feeling that we're using more iron than we're actually getting out of the ground. Which means we're going to need some more miners for that. And if we're using too many for these two miners, we're also using too much iron for the two copper. What am I talking about? We're using too much copper for these two miners to produce. So let's produce a couple more drills. Great. I'm 2 iron plates short from being able to make both of them. It takes so much iron. Go ahead and autosave. All right. Extend our track down a little bit. And let's put another drill on there. And another drill on there. And that should be plenty for both of our iron and copper producing facilities for now. Eventually these areas are going to get much taller, longer, whatever. There's going to be a lot more iron and copper furnaces, since we're going to be using a lot of it. All right, so our goal for tonight is to actually make red science automatically, which means we need copper plates, easy, done, and we need iron gear wheels, which are pretty easy. They're just a regular 2 copper plates. So once we have a supply line of iron gear wheels, we can get a supply line of science packs, and those can feed down to our brand new science facility, which will be coming shortly, hopefully, at least. So we're going to need a lot of iron in order to extend our tracks, and we're going to need to make some automatic production facilities. I would say let's just make those now. 2 of them is probably enough for making gear wheels. And then we're also going to need a bunch of tracks. Tons of tracks. So much tracks. And let's make a splitter, because it's always good to have a splitter on you, you know? It's always good to have a splitter. It's always good to have a splitter of some sort. Anyway, we're going to head this down. We're not going to get much iron for a while because those 2 grabber arms are picking up everything. But we'll fix that. there's our copper production. We'll bring it down a little bit more. And here's where it's useful to have a splitter. Let's split it about here, even though I could have gone one more. And this is how this works. We make another underground track, which will not be done in a long time because I made so much track. We need so much track. So the underground conveyor is going to head down to this area, which is where we're going to create all of our iron gear wheels. And then those gear wheels are going to have their own supply track, which will lead towards the science. So let's put down our underground track and lead this down. This is going to be supplied with iron plates, which are going to feed into these machines. And I still want these to be about 4 lower than the next track. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll say this one. That will be our supply line. These machines, we'll leave a space above them for power if we need to. We'll put them like that. We'll tell them to make gears. We'll shift. Oh, I didn't actually tell it to make. Oh, I did. Okay. This is a nice little feature. If you hit Alt, it'll tell you what the machines are producing or holding. And then I'm going to hold Shift, right-click to select this building, and then Shift left-click on this one to duplicate the thing that it's building. I love that feature. It would probably take so long for me to get this done if I didn't have that little feature of right-clicking and duplicating. Especially if you're not familiar with the game, doing that, selecting the thing that you want to build for every building is surprisingly tedious. And I don't have any inserters. Let's go get some more. What am I short on? Iron. All right. Let's grab another 200 iron. How about that? We need 2 inserters for inserting into the buildings, 2 inserters for taking out. Oh, I can make fast inserters. All right. We have reached a milestone in this game, a point in which I'm only going to make fast inserters. Fast inserters are superior to regular inserters in every way. And why do I have 4 burner inserters on me again? Where do these come from? Did I pick them up when I was moving the copper? I mean, that has to be it, right? How do these things get in my inventory? All right, get rid of those because they're worthless. Get rid of the 5 copper ore that I have in my inventory because it's worthless. Let's go get rid of this. Do I want the... No, I don't need the coal in my inventory because it's worthless. I'm going to drop it in the most slow, painful fashion ever. There. And the remaining 2. All right. Inventory cleanup is always so much fun. But it's necessary. This game will fill up your inventory faster than you would ever expect. Thank goodness we've got our fast inserters now. We're going to insert the iron into those. We're going to take out the gears, and that's going to be placed onto this track, which will run along that way. And this will be our supply track. And just like all of our other supply tracks, we'll put a couple of chests to pick up the pieces that we're not yet using. Once these get completed, there we go. All right, auto save. And last but not least, power. We got a power. Chala, head chala. Never mind. If you get that reference, then kudos. You're a true super fan. All right, oops. I also need to power these guys. There we go. So we have our iron supply line coming in, splitting down to our gear creation buildings, which are then dispensing onto their own supply line. And for now, that is being stored. So let's see if it works. Easy enough. turn these guys off by literally turning them. This gets... It's so slow. It's so slow. Look at this. This will literally take forever to get down here. Oh, okay, we made it. All right. So iron's going down here. It's getting put in. There's the 2. Comes out, gets put on the line, and goes in the chest. Perfect. Easy. And then we're going to turn those back on, which will completely block off all the iron from making it down here. The answer to that, more furnaces. Can I make the better furnaces yet? No. I need to do science to get them. Fine, let's do some science. I'll put this down here. I'm doing electronics now. It's been a while. What do I need? What do I need in order to get better burners? Better furnaces? I don't know. What the F? Yes. Material processing. It's going to be a while before we get that. It takes green science. Green science. Guess I'll make some more red science while we're waiting. And we're going to need more furnaces. So let's... What do we need for furnaces? I can't remember. Stone. I'll just make those now. Turn off all the red science. Get rid of those. And then make more red science. All right, easy enough. Plop, 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 plop. Then we are going to need some more inserters. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I made the wrong one. 3, 4. Okay, more iron. What'd I tell you? Needs a lot of iron. Need to expand our supply lines. That's good. Expand our finished product lines. That's more than good. Long inserters will long insert. Hey, remember earlier when I said I like to stagger my red inserters, my long inserters? Yeah, I didn't do that here, and it's bugging me. This is how you fix it. There we go. Okay. Made way too much red science. And now I'm going to tell it to make some more red science. Come on. Come on. Okay. We're getting our inserters. Another red inserter right there. One there. Another one there. And then I need more fast inserters. Let's just make a few of those now. Fast inserter goes there. Place some power while we're waiting. We'll put that there. Power is going to be at the end of the lines. Autosave. And then we're going to need our... Wait, no. Stop making red science. Make my inserters. Jeez. There's one. Okay. I'm not making enough of these things. More inserters. Less science. More science. I just told it to make all 40. Oh well. And output. I'm going to be short. I don't know. Nope. Okay. There we go. All right. Iron production has doubled. And now our little iron grabbers are not grabbing fast enough to keep up, which means our iron's making it down to our gear production, which means we're getting gears getting stored, which is exactly what we need. Plus, we have a ton of iron that's building up. There's very little in this game that's more frustrating than not having enough of the one thing that you need. Like sanity. This game makes you run out of sanity sometimes. Anyway, now that we have that running, we can make an automatic red science machine area. What are these called? Assembling machines? Okay. Red science assembling machine that takes copper and gear wheels. So, we're going to run this further down. And this area is where it's going to be constructing those. And what do you know? I'm short on iron. Autosave. Let's go ahead and grab some of the iron that we've been building up. Takes so much iron. I got a bunch of science in my inventory. Don't need that. No one needs science in their inventory. Just get rid of it. There. Easy. And I need splitters. At least 2. Let's go ahead and split this off right about there. It's going to head down. It's going to need underground paths. We're going to head... Where are all of my tracks? I don't have tracks left. And I'm making 25 sciences. Okay. Cancel those. Turn them back on. Then turn them right back off because you didn't actually make the tracks like I was supposed to. Make the tracks. Make the science. Okay. This is going to go underground to make room for our gear supply line. Where are my... my tracks are taking so long because of these underground conveyors. Okay, here we go. This is going to be our gear supply line. And we're actually going to split it one step beyond our underground track for copper. The reason being that we can do something clever. Since we don't need... Well, by doing this, we can remove the need for the long inserters, which are, as you know, frustrating. What we can do... Why am I never have enough track? Stop with the red science. Make the track. Make the red science. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put this right there. We're going to merge those in. And now the gear wheels will be on one side of the track. The copper plates will be on the other. And we can grab both with a regular inserter. So we'll put that there. And let's make the buildings. And we can't because red science is in the way. As usual. Red science is the worst. Okay, good. So our track is going to be for gear wheels is going to be here. So we wanted that to be 1. Thank you, science. Okay. What should we do? Turrets? Walls? Walls. Yeah, let's do walls. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be our return line. We'll put our 2 buildings there. We'll tell them we're going to construct red science. We'll duplicate that. And what do you know? We have 4 inserters. Perfect. I definitely didn't plan for that. Actually, I didn't. You give me too much credit if you think that I did. And that's going to be our resulting supply line for red science. Red science is going to be a kind of an interesting supply line because it's obviously not used for a ton of stuff. It's not like we need red science to go away to everything else. You just need it to go to the science facility. So this line is actually not going to go... I think I'm not going to even have it go up and to the right. I'm going to have it go down. I'm going to put our science facilities somewhere down here, maybe by the water. And then all the other science that we have to do later is going to feed into the same line. something like this. Now, should I think I'm just going to go crazy, and I'm going to build the whole science facility right now, which I think is a beautiful thing. It's just so pretty. Once this is done being scienced. And inventory. Okay. So let's get rid of this. We're going to need a lot of iron. Surprise, surprise. We're going to need, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 splitters. And a bunch of labs. So that gives us 4 labs. 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to make 8 labs. And later, if we decide we need more labs, we can double it to 16. It's expandable. And the way this works, well, it's hard to show you without all the labs. Don't make that last lab. I didn't want that to be a thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to have 8 labs in a row down here. And the splitter is going to split up the science that comes in evenly. It's going to look, it's going to look pretty awesome. I mean, I'm just saying, just prepare for that, I think. But I guess you won't really know until you see it. And of course, you can't really see it until it gets done making all this freaking stuff. So while that's happening, I might as well get it making science. Can't really do science without science, according to Factorio. And you can't do science without power. I learned that from the internet. Can I? No. Come on. Okay. Good enough. Put that there. Put that there. And these guys are grabbing way too many of those. So we'll turn those off. That will get the gear wheels to go down to the science facilities, and the red science can continue. Testing can continue. We do not have much. Oh, good. We don't have enough iron ore reaching our furnaces, and thus our iron plate production is lacking. And of course, I can't really make more mining drills right now because I'm making so many science facilities. This is a disaster. And I need more tracks, and I can't make more tracks because I'm busy making science facilities and friggin' drills. And I need more iron. Okay, make more tracks. Cancel 1, 2, 3, 4 science facilities and make those after. And then we'll place our drill there. I said we'll place the drill there. And we'll put this other drill in as well. I'm going to leave a space so I can get in later. And we got a power. We got a chala head chala. And now we have hopefully good enough iron going through. How's our power doing? We don't have enough. Very close to not having enough power. We don't have enough power, which means we need to make another steam engine. But it's busy making science facilities. That's fine. It's fine. We'll let the science facilities be made. We'll place them. We'll autosave. And then once science facilities are out of the way, then we can get to the power issue. Yes. So here's 6 science facilities. We're going to, step 1, back this up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. It's making the last one. I think this is okay to place them this way. I really hope it is. I need chests too. 8 chests. I need a bunch of inserters. And by bunch, I need more than one, which is how many I have now. Guess what I need to make inserters? Yeah, iron. Yeah. Okay. It's like 16 inserters I need for this build. It's ridiculous. Got my last science facility. I can put that there. Then magic starts. So, kind of. That's going to feed in. That's going to feed in. These need to be fed from tracks which split off of a splitter. Like that. Nope. Chests. I need these to go into chests. So these are going to go into chests. All these are going to go into chests. That's so that if we make too much science, then it will just store them in the chests while we are waiting for the science that we need to get made. That's going to insert into those chests, and then these are going to get fed from the splinter. Then, well, let's build all of these. Let's go there, there, and there. Turn it around. Run out of track. How did I run out? Okay, fine. Make more track. Wait for forever. This is there, 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 and then we also need them on there, 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 rotate there, there, there. Then this is going to make a splitter, which is going to go there, there, there. Stick with me. Hold on, we're almost there. Back this up. These are going to get fed from splitters themselves. There, 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 down, 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 down. Cancel, down, down. Yes. There, 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 there. There, there, young one. Like that. That is wrong. That is wrong. I don't need these. So these splitters are going to split 2 into 4. And then lastly, we're going to put that there, which will split our last segment into that. So, for effect, actually I'm not done yet. I need to put the inserters in. That was close. That was almost a disaster. What do you know? We made just enough inserters. And lastly, we need power. And I don't need to be holding on to all this science, so I'm going to stick it in here. I apparently had that rotated incorrectly. Let's bring the power lines down. We'll put that kind of nearby. And let's just put them there. Every 2 is good. That'll keep things good and powered. Except there's a better way if I did it this way, if I wasn't completely dumb. Oh my goodness, put it in the right place. You monster. Okay. And then like that. And it's not powered. What? How did this happen? 3. Ugh. My goodness. Okay, now we're powered. So, theoretically, when I connect these, which I'm going to do in just a moment, after this autosave, then an equal number should split between each one, and all the science machines should turn on pretty much at the same time. So let's find out. First split, second split, third split. Look at that. Whoa, suddenly science. Yeah, let's just keep researching. So now I've got 8 science machines going. Our chests are filling up with extra science, which is great. And our actual science is being done pretty quickly. I'm pretty happy about that. So, yeah, let's let this run. There is absolutely no way that these 2 red science facilities are going to be able to keep up with production for 8 science labs. But whatever, we can add more later. The nice thing about this layout is it's easily extensible. You just add some more down here. It's done. You extend a little bit. You extend this just a little bit. You just put that down there a little bit. You add some more the factories right here. And you're done. It's fine. So that's good. We have good iron ore production. We have good iron production for now. Not nearly enough what we need later. But yeah, for now we're doing well. And we have red science being made. We've pretty much achieved our goal. But the night is still young. Let's continue. What's the next thing? We are researching right now automation, which I clicked in a frenzy. Science was done, and I had to do more science. So, I guess the next goal would be to get green science. That's kind of the next milestone, I suppose. Green science is complicated, so I know I can make it already on my person, but it takes inserters and transport belts. So I guess that's the next thing we should make is inserters and transport belt assembly machines. But I have a feeling we're not going to be able to really do that with our current iron and copper production. We need more. We need more. We need to autosave. So let's boost our let's boost our furnaces first. Let's get some more furnaces going. I don't have enough for any furnaces on me. Let's go science. Well, yeah, there we go. Green science for that one. Lasers, kind of worthless. Let's make guns. We're in peaceful mode. Let's just make guns. We'll grab that. How you doing on coal, buddy? 11? I can help you with that. I'll just hold some F. Pick up what is probably way too much coal. Oh yeah, jeez. Get science done. Let's get us better military. This is how science is done, people. You finish some science by feeding vials of liquid science into your scientists, and when they're done, when they've had their fill, you feed them more. And when you just keep this going until you have all of the weapons that you need. It's a very accurate simulator to real life. See, scientists, they're done. Let's feed them some more for armor, sure. We got no iron on us. Make some faster inserters. We need copper for that too. Let's just make a bunch of them. We're gonna need a bunch in the future anyways. Doesn't hurt to make them now. And we'll replace these boring inserters with some fast inserters. That should pretty effectively ruin all of the iron requirements later on down the line. Look at that. No iron is getting past these two. And science. Shotguns. Yes. Give me better shotguns. These guys are storing iron too quickly. I can't produce fast enough. I need more furnaces. Yes, 10 furnaces. No more long and no more fast inserter arms. Okay, furnaces are being made. Autosave. All the fast inserter arms. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 5, 6, 8. Now, let's put some power down here. Chala, head chala, something in Japanese. We need more inserter arms. We're making some inserter arms as we speak. Let's feed this down here. And feed this down here. And we're out of track. And we're not producing enough iron. So let's fix that. We need more iron first. So I need copper. Let's make 2 more, 3 more for iron ore. We're low on track. Let's make some track. I call it track. It's actually conveyor or something. Transport belt. Track's fine. Whatever. Track's close enough. Oh yeah, my steam engines are done. I should probably go make it actually possible to have power, huh? Geez, what a disaster. I am. Alright. And we'll hook those suckers up. Hook them up. There we go. Now our power is at... it's reached the levels of could be better. These are... Do you ever notice that these are magical electrical poles? Either that or I'm a freaking ghost, because... Whoop! Right on through. Doesn't even bother me. Doesn't even faze me. Hey, Mom, watch this. Whoop! Son, how are you doing that? It's magic, Mother. First I autosave, and then I go right through. Can you walk through everything? When did this happen? I can't walk through production facilities, Mother. Only wooden poles sticking upright. Oh, okay. That's still terrifying. Shh, I know, Mother, but you brought it on yourself. Okay. Hey, our miners are done. Let's put that there. Let's put that there. And one of them right there. Let's get us some power. Where's this pole? We're going to stick these in between. I'm going to stick that one in between. No, I'm going to stick it behind. So that when I make some more later, then they'll be there and ready. So I'll put it there. This one. Okay, so now we need the track. Just like that. Need the track just like that. Please be enough. We won't know for ages because it takes so long to transport down there. There are faster transport belts, but we can't get them yet. Okay, good. We're piling up at the bottom here. That means that we are producing fast enough. Good. Now, we must extend our production. If you look at this and you think, huh, that should be enough iron, then you clearly have never played Factorio. Because as you can see, well, as I can see, it's not going to be... It'll be enough for now. This will keep us going. But eventually the demand for fresher meat will overtake us. We will not be able to maintain in more metal. Insert the metal. Outsert the metal that has been made from the metal. In. I need to move that line down one. Everything in its place. I forgot to make red ones. Dang it. Alright, here we go. Just waiting on the reds now. Science, okay. Bullets. Yeah, that's what we need right now is better bullets. What? Make more. Okay, 2 more. There we go. All right. Iron production has doubled once again. Kind of. More than doubled, actually. We had 8. We went from 8 to, what is this, 18? Now let's see those things use up iron. Yeah, you can't keep up with this. I, I mean, you can almost keep up with it. It's kind of impressive, actually, but close enough. So now we know that we are producing enough iron that we can stockpile it while still supplying at least the iron supply lines that we have. That is good. How's our power? Not as good. We could use some more steam engines. Should I make more furnaces? Probably, right? Probably. All right, we're going to beef up our power after we autosave because we're going to need quite a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just made a steam engine. I thought. Yes, 1. So if we that'll put us at sit at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we'll take these steam engines, get rid of this because it's a loser. It's a loser, baby. We'll make some inserters for the coal. Oh, good. This is going to be in the way now. There's always a fix for everything. Put that there. Yeah, that's how you get power. All right, let's space these out nice and pretty looking. 1, 2 there. 2 there. 2 in between there. There. And there. There we go. All right, now the performance is, let's see, these are all at 100 degrees Celsius. These are actually pretty close. I'm surprised that 5 boilers is able to keep these at 100 degrees. I thought I was going to need 10. Oh, the temperature is dropping, going up again. What's the temperature on this last one? 100. You know what? We're just going to play it safe. There's no point in not playing it safe. I guess I'll make a regular inserter for this because I don't have enough for a fast inserter. So now we should have a ton of power. Yeah, we're pretty good now. After we autosave. Now we're only using about a quarter of our power, even though our whole facility is running. I guess that's okay. That's okay, I guess. Are we making enough iron? No. No, we're not, because it's not reaching the bottom. So we need more mining drills, which means we need more steel iron plates. What if we add 4 more? Let's do 4 more. Let's bring this track down a little bit. My goodness. How does this happen? Let's put a space between these. Let's power them up. Science. Sure. We can't really get much else anyways right now. Last one. Come on. I know you're going to go there. There we go. Okay. We got to power it up. Okay. 4 new mining facilities, 4 new drills. Our power is at about 1/3 of its max capacity. And let's hope that this gets the iron all the way down to the bottom of this. 'Cause I really want it to. Please. Please. Okay, good. We're fine. This is fine. All right, so we've got auto red science. What were we going to do? The goal is green science. So let's make an autosave, and then let's make something that makes transporter belts. We're going to need a lot of those anyways in the future, especially for this build, which takes so many. I can get rid of this coal too. I'm just sticking it in these machines. Yeah, take that. Jeez. So we're going to need facilities that take gear wheels and iron plates. So gear wheels are going to come from here. Iron plates are going to come from up here. We're going to need a crap ton of transporter belts. Just start making those now. Which is kind of ironic that I'm making transporter belts for the sake of making transporter belts. But I guess that's how it works. Oops. So this is going to run over here. It's going to go all the way over here. And we're going to, let's split it right here. And I only have one splitter. I need 2. Let's make 3. Overkill. All right, that's going there. I have underground belts. That's going down. Then it's going underground. And then this is going to be just right in the way. Perfect. Please wait. Okay, good. That's going there. Then it's going immediately back underground. And then it's coming out there. And that's going to be our iron. Our gear wheels are going to come this way. Then they're going to split. Because things are getting too hot. They're just going to take off. And they don't need to go underground. Because there is no red track. So they'll do this. Like that. Yeah, that's fine. For later things, like that require 2 components, sometimes I won't combine the tracks like this, especially if the factories that make them so fast that using only one half the track doesn't supply that thing fast enough. But in this case, I think it's going to be fine. Because I know green science doesn't get made very quickly, and the only thing that tracks are used for later is making red tracks. So by the time we get there, we're going to have a ton in our stock anyways. So we're fine. This is going to be 4 below it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be our return. And let's make some buildings. Let's make some buildings. It's just like, oh, science. It's just like Mr. Rogers used to sing. All right, which of these is actually useful? I'd like to study that one, please. This one can make steel axes. Let's make that one. My buildings are buildings. Put them good. I made 1. Let's wait for the other one. There we go. There we go. Okay, this is going to make tracks. It's got to make tracks. Somehow I ran out of inserters. Make inserters. Let's make all the inserters. And then it's going to feed up there. The inserters are going to inserters. These inserters. And then we got a power. I'm sorry, I should stop singing that song. But it's so good. Oh man. I love that song. And then lastly, we're going to have it start storing the results, storing the fruits of our labor into some steel chests, which I don't have, some iron chests, which I don't have the inventory for. I don't have the
necessary components. Welcome to Factorio, where you have tons and tons of components everywhere, but you don't have enough. That's really accurate. That is exactly how this game works. You can make everything that you could ever want to make and not have enough. It's like an economy simulator. Chests, okay. And then power. Okay. Lastly, we need to hook up these two lines, which should be, I mean, it should start making the tracks pretty much instantly. Wow, we are super low on iron somehow. There's like 1 every 5 seconds. That's ridiculous. I need more iron. I could just turn off those arms, but I kind of want them on. Let's see how this works. As far as I know, this should work just fine. It's a moment of truth. Look at that. It works. It works beautifully. Theoretically, I should never have to make those myself anymore. If I need more, I go over here and I grab them from the chest. But that only works if I have iron. And right now my iron is the worst thing ever. I'm not making gears because of it. I'm dropping gears on the ground. I have a single copper cable in my inventory. I don't know why. What? Coal? Coal? Huh. Okay. Let's fix that. That's a disaster. Yeah, we don't need you, burner inserter. And I'm making a mental note of the fact that I'm putting you in my inventory so I don't get confused later. Alright. This coal is going to feed those machines. Is my power going out possibly soon because I don't have coal running to those machines? How far are we from that? Oh, geez. There's no coal up there. And that's the thing that's making the power that generates the coal. This could be a problem. Okay, coal is going up. Ha, okay. Red science. Sure. Optics. Sure. This coal patch is the worst width possible. If I want to gather all the possible coal, I have to put it here, which means that my tracks have to look stupid like this. I hate it. I mean, I kind of love it. Yeah, okay. We'll do that. All right. This should get our coal production going again. We're going to stick one there. Actually, we can just stick it... Well, let's go here, and then let's go there. And I think we need one more. Okay. Shotguns, yeah. All right. If this doesn't give us enough coal, nothing will. Actually, I take that back. I could do a lot to make more coal, but it's a phrase. Don't think too much about it. Okay, coal is better. I think this is good. I think this is fine because these machines don't use coal very quickly. This one's already full, and it's going to take forever to go down even one. So this is going to slowly move its way down, filling up all the machines. And then once they're awful, it will start just piling up here. And then we'll know we'll have enough. So we'll just wait. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and wait, but basically we'll just wait until all these machines are awful. And then everything should be working just fine again. I think this is plenty of coal. And look, we've plenty of iron ore going in too. That's kind of surprising, right? Who would have thought? I like seeing how our iron ore is slowly producing faster and faster as the coal makes its way down the line. Will this be enough coal? You know, it might not be enough coal. I mean, it's getting pretty far down there. But quite a bit is also being taken from these ones up above. And this jerk bag is taking all of it first. I like how the blue ones take the coal first, and then the red ones get it. No. Mine. Mine. Okay, I think we're good. You know, let's just be safe. Let's put another one up there. Can't have too much coal. Fun fact, that's not true. You absolutely can have too much coal, and I frequently do when I play this game. We're going to do that again. So, coal is, I think, yeah, we're producing enough coal. We're getting all the way down, and we have a little bit more going in. So, we're fine, which means our iron production is way up. And as soon as you pass the splitter, it looks like it's way down. But we're making transport belts. That's all that matters. Soon we'll be able to, I think the next step is inserters. Yep, we need inserters. So to make inserters, we need electric circuits, which means we need copper wire. So that's going to take a while to get those done. So we have to make another supply line for copper cables, and then a supply line to that, from that to circuits, supply line from that to inserters, and then a supply line from that to green science, and then a supply line from that down to our science facilities down here, where they can finally do the science that they need. And we should probably add more red science anyways, because it's super slow. Except it's slow because of this. Yeah. So that is the next goal. But this is pretty good, actually. This is good so far. What's been done here? We've really improved our iron production. Our iron storage is going to be full soon, which means that everything is going to make it down the supply line once it auto-saves. And we've got gear wheels, red science, and tracks being made. We're basically prepared. We're almost prepared to start making green science. We're only, well, a ways away, but we're almost there. And once we have green science, we can get a lot of really useful stuff that I'm really looking forward to, like better furnaces. Electric furnaces are not the right one, but these furnaces are better. Steel we can get too. That's going to be so nice. Unfortunately, we're only like 2 hours into this game, and last time that I played it, I think I beat it in about 35 hours. So there's plenty more to do. And this is only beta version 0.1414. We've got a ways to go. Anyway, I think that's about it for tonight. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you guys next time.